Well, the crowd definitely showed up for Brendon Seufert.
Yeah, Seufert bringing a pretty good crowd with him here.
Yeah, Roger's not being too far down the road.
Well, forget about the feeling out process once again.
Right on it.
It is right into the flames.
And good clinch work.
Oh, beautiful right hand there. And a left gets the knockdown.
Beautiful overhand right.
White with a little 1-2, and Seufert takes a seat.
Well, that's a way to suck the energy out.
Man.
Kevin White needs to build on that.
First big knockdown of the day.
He definitely took the crowd out of it. And he's landing.
Yeah, if Seifert's not careful, White's going to take him out of it. There's some big shots from White.
I think he either needs to get in or get out.
He's got to get in or out. He's just standing there. He's a little too flat-footed.
He's still a little on Queer Street right now, guys. There he goes. He's starting to do some work now.
Trying to get them legs back.
You know, oftentimes we've got an undefeated fighter that they just haven't learned to lose yet. And so this might be the first time he's encountering this type of adversity. And to his credit, he's battling through it. He's standing in the pocket, and he's
starting to find some damage now of his own.
Yeah, his hands are up, and I'd like to see how he comes back. If he makes it through this round, which it looks like he is.
He needs to keep that right up.
Yep, he definitely does.
That left hook's coming through. And
there it is again.
There it is again.
I mean, couldn't have been more spot on right there. Caught him behind the ear.
Throwing it. It comes through it sometime.
Well, White is definitely having success. I'd like to see Seufert, if he could go orthodox, maybe to eliminate that overhand.
Yeah. Well, he likes to throw knees, stay inside, and use that clinch and throw your knees.
White with another nice.
10 seconds. Looks like Seifert's going to make it through the round. The knees.
There's some good knees there at the end. Pretty good defense, though, from White.
Man, that left hook just keeps getting through. He's got to keep that right up.
I agree with you. He definitely does. Seifert's dug himself a hole now. That was a 10-7 round. So we're going to need to see how he comes out, see how the adversity that he sees early on in his career. He's undefeated, but now he's got to come up out of the corner and show us everybody what he's got, what kind of heart he's got.
If you're going to have those fights, this is where you want to do it, on the amateur level.
Yeah,
that way when you turn pro, you've already been there and done that and ready to go after it.
I think you were right, though. You kind of get stunned. He got ambushed there early on, got the knockdown. And if you're used to fighting from in front, you got to deal with that in real time, right? You got to not only recover, but deal with the ego part of it. Like, it's a whole thing right there. And we'll see what young Brendon Seufert has in store for round number 2. But Kevin White looked great. I mean, he was on his horse the whole time. I mean, just stayed in.
We're sitting here talking about Brendon, but Kevin came out there and fired.
That he did.
Did what he was supposed to do.
Absolutely. Ooh, another one.
Corner from Seufert telling him to watch the left.
Good teep kick. I definitely need to see Brendon keep his left hand up like he just dropped it right there.
And White, he loves that left hook.
There it goes and landed again. Brendon's got the defense up a little bit better right now.
Yeah, his corner telling him to move. He's doing a good job listening, staying off target.
He's landing some shots of his own now.
That left is still there, though, for White. Nice right hand from Seufert.
Oh, he just keeps throwing it.
Until Brendon makes him stop, I definitely would.
Oh, I agree.
Good check right hook from him. Oh,
nice inside calf kick.
He's doing some work on that leg. That leg might not last much longer.
Oh, nice right hand. White returns. Oh, you're right, Blake. He's starting to eat up that lead leg.
Vicious leg work.
He's definitely not giving him a chance to breathe right now. The referee's in there looking at him. White needs to start returning. He needs to start returning fire quick.
Attacking the inside of both legs.
Yes, beautiful work. Beautiful work. This is what you want to see from a young fighter coming back after they've been dropped twice the previous round. Look at this. This is amazing.
Well, it's just he's finding his openings, right? Figuring out what's working.
The hematoma on the right leg.
Oh, he's starting to swell up pretty good on that right leg. You're right.
And then he keeps kicking it.
He is right on top of it. I'll tell you what, the corner called it out, and Seufert has not stayed off of it. He is beating it up. White is really gone into a defensive mode there at the end of that second round.
What a comeback round from.
What a great round.
Oh, my goodness. You know, Brendon Seufert came back out that round ready to take advantage. And he got himself back in the fight. He's still down because of the 10-7 round, but if he can get in there the way it ended up the last round, he might be able to get a stoppage out of this.
Yeah.
There's a chance he could get a stoppage. Just White slowed way down there, and you could tell he was starting to feel the effects of those leg kicks, ate a couple big shots upstairs as well.
His coach is wanting White to stay on the outside and have a little bounce to his step, but I just don't know if he's got it in him anymore. You know, Seufert took the juice out of his legs there. I mean, if I'm looking across the ring, I think I see a knot on his leg.
Big knot on his leg. He's going to go right after it, I bet, when he comes out. I mean,
but one more time, this is another banger. I mean,
yes,
good grief.
4 fights, 4 bangers.
4 bangers in a row. Let's see what this third and final round has in store. Seufert immediately going after the inside of that right leg once again.
Exactly what he should be doing. That left hand straight up to his chin. Now he's landing his shots.
Oh, he's taking over here.
Yep. Now that experience is coming through.
Punches and bunches. White trying to cover up.
Referee's taking a
That's when I'd be going to that leg.
You got to punch your way out of there if you're White at some point.
You do.
Or get off the ropes at the minimum.
Yeah, I think you got to move out of there.
You've got to fire back. You've got to fire back if you're White. There we go.
I mean, Seufert, he's going into clinch, and then he's just attacking the inside of that leg.
The reason I believe it hasn't been stopped is because he's just pity-patting. He needs to sit down on something.
That's right.
He needs to sit down on something. If he sits down on a couple of these shots.
Throw some big knees right here, possibly.
I agree with you, Blake. If he sits down and puts some power behind it, he'd get a stoppage.
He would. If he made his head jerk back a little bit, that referee would be more than happy to step in.
Those knees to the gut are wide open right now if he would look for them.
There you go.
There it is. His corner called for it right about the time I did.
Brilliant minds.
I wouldn't go that far, but.
There we go. Look.
Final 40.
Now he's putting something in it.
Oh. Seufert has completely dominated this third round. I mean, it's been all him.
You know, what's going to be interesting to see is because there hasn't been a knockdown so far. If this goes the distance, how are they going to score this? Because 2 10-9 rounds in the 10-7, it's good. We might have another draw on our hands.
Mm-hmm. Is there any possible way this could be a 10-8? I mean, White has offered up nothing.
It could be.
He has offered up nothing here.
It could be, but
there's a left hand.
But generally speaking, kickboxing, boxing, you need a knockdown to
get there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a brilliant effort from Seufert. He came back 3-0 to sit there and had that much adversity on you early on. Good grief, guys.
Oh yeah, you're 3-0. Probably haven't taken a lot of knockdowns. Guy was throwing hooks and you couldn't get out of the way of him, and then all of a sudden he just changed it up.
I mean, he took over. He dominated the final 2 rounds. It was all him after the end of the first. Obviously, he got knocked down early on in the fight, but his ability to recover, and I think his IQ, and obviously he did a great job listening to his corner, but what they did as far as figuring out where the openings were. I thought the corner did a great job, and Seufert did a great job executing, attacking the inside of that right leg, inside of both legs for that matter. And John, look at that knot, the hematoma on the inside of that calf.
Yeah.
My God.
Later tonight, that's going to hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Absolutely. He's definitely going to need some ice and ibuprofen.
But you're right, Blake. I'm curious to see how the judges end up scoring this. Obviously, that knockdown in round 1 looms large, but the effort from Seufert to rebound was incredible.
I like this referee, the way he handled that. Yeah. He didn't jump in with the pitter-patter and fall for that trick. He was like, I'm going to wait until something really serious gets down.
Absolutely. And to his credit, White was giving him enough coming back on the occasions he was firing back with power. And because Brendon was sitting there firing just rapid-fire little tippy-tap shots, he was landing. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this is scored.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised or shocked to see another draw. In fact, that's how I'll have it scored.
Honestly, I think a draw makes the most sense here. It's deserving.
It's very fair.
Yeah. We'll see what Dynamite has to say about it, though.
I can't think of another card that I've seen 2 draws.
No.
That's right, Jake and Amy in the club. It's going down right here at the Buffalo Run Casino. We just had another fantastic kickboxing bout go down. We're going to return right now to the judges' scorecard. Judge number 1 has scored this bout 27-27. Judge number 2 scores this bout 28-27 in favor of White. Your third and final judge scores this bout 28-27, therefore declaring your winner by majority decision. Fighting in the blue corner, Kevin.
Those 2 knockdowns got him early.
So Kevin White's brilliant first minute ends up winning him the fight. He was so good in the first minute that it won him the fight, technically. That's basically what it comes down to here.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I had him losing the last 2, so for sure.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I will see y'all here in a few minutes.
Okay, man. Good stuff. Appreciate Blake Franklin joining us for the undercard there. We'll hear more from him in just a little bit. But, I mean, that's really an interesting fight because White didn't offer up much outside of that knockdown. From there, it was all Seufert, but ultimately it's White who has his hand raised here in a majority decision.
Yeah, I could have saw a draw, but hey, that's the way it goes.
By the letter of the law, White probably won that fight.